If you've been charged with a crime and you have to show up for an arraignment, you might want to know if you're going to be taken into jail at the arraignment, and most likely no. At your arraignment, you will not be charged. You will not be taken to jail. At your arraignment, what's going to happen is it's going to be kind of like one of your first touches to the system, and so the judge is going to read the charges. He's going to confirm your address. They'll talk about affirm your release conditions and give you your next court date. That's basically what the arraignment is. You've probably seen it on TV. The specifics of the arraignment are when the judge read the charges. A lot of times you might have seen this on TV where if you have a lawyer with you, the lawyer is going to waive reading of the charges, basically telling the judge the lawyer's already explained to the client what the charges are. The charges that you should know are what the prosecutor has put forward to either the preliminary hearing or the grand jury, what they came back with as the charges. The charges are not what's written in the police report when you're arrested, all the citations and all that. The charges are what the prosecutor thinks that they can prove in court, and a lot of times those are different. So that's what the charges are. When the judge confirms your address, they just want to make sure that the court has the proper address for you, and then they're going to affirm that. The judge will also usually affirm your release conditions. So whether that's if you've been out on your own recognizance, or you've been out on some type of bond, or you've been out on some type of probation supervision, the judge will just usually reaffirm that at the arraignment. So that's all that's going to happen. And then they're going to, like I said, send you to another court date. Also, they will appoint you a lawyer. If you do not have a lawyer or you can't afford a lawyer, the judge will say that they're going to appoint the public defender's office or the legal defender's office, something like that, because you have to have a lawyer if you're looking at jail time, at least here in Arizona anyway. In Arizona, if jail time is on the table, you have to have a lawyer, whether you can afford one or one is given to you for free. So the judge will say that at the arraignment also. They'll ask you if you can afford a lawyer. Sometimes they'll have you fill out a financial form to see if you really can't afford a lawyer, but oftentimes they'll just appoint the public defender's office on your behalf. And then once you get appointed to the public defender's office, in the meantime, if you want to hire your own lawyer, you can do that then. Finally, I'll just say at the arraignment, a lot of times your lawyer, like in like a DUI, like a misdemeanor DUI here, like in Scottsdale, whatever, your lawyer, if you hire a private lawyer, the private lawyer can go down to your arraignment on your behalf, and you won't have to go. And basically, we just walk in, we waive your appearance, and basically get the arraignment, get the next court date. So that's a benefit of having a lawyer representing you, is that the lawyer can go for you on your behalf on the retainer, on the arraignment, especially here in city court. And again, that's where all the DUIs are. That's where we do, most of my experiences in the DUI cases down here. And so, I've always appeared on behalf of my clients. So anyway, so that's what the arraignment is. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. I'll have all my information here in the description. My name is Derron Woodfork. I'm an attorney here in Scottsdale. If you have any questions, all my information is here in the description on the website. Thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe. Thanks.